and welcome to my channel. Well, I don't have a cat on my lap, but the last video I did, I tried a really difficult knife to open a traditional knife pattern, and I noticed that, you know, a strong back spring on the knife that we normally really like to have, because it lessens the possibility of one closing on you if you happen to have a negative pressure on the back spring. But you usually can find any kind of knife out there to fit your needs. And here's an example: an old Saber made in Japan trapper that doesn't have a real strong back spring, but is pretty easy to open one-handed and demonstrate. And the blade is sharp enough to get the work done. And this was pretty much the type of knife that would be available when I was a kid for like $5 or so, you know. Two very usable blades. And some of this is age. I'm not going to open the spade blade, dude, and spade myself on camera. But yeah, it's just that you got to pick a knife for your situation. I mean, that's why we have so many. It may be an older knife, you know. It may be something that, okay, maybe I don't need a locking blade, you know. But if I do, can I open it if I was immobilized? You know, like for whatever reason, you fell and broke your arm or something happened, and you couldn't use that arm even if you wanted to, but you had what you would consider a two-hand opening knife. All this takes is a little bit of practice and learning, and like I said, you got to be very careful, because you're doing something you're not used to. Your hands are not used to it, your muscles are not used to it, your hand-eye coordination might not be as good as you remembered it to be. So there's always advantages and disadvantages to learning something new. But if you know how to do something and you learn how to do something, it sticks with you, unless you got a problem with memory, and that can't be taken away from you. You know, the knowledge in our brains. I was getting me into almost a rant on. I was thinking about how intelligence separates us from animals. We're still basically animals, but our intelligence separates us. But it's good and it's bad, because we apply that intelligence in good and bad ways. And yeah, so anyways, getting back to this, I just wanted to give that example, that sometimes you can find an older knife that still will do everything you want to do. You're still carrying around in your pocket. You can still open it two-handed if you know, want to. But it's always good to know how to do something with like your non-dominant hand, or in a different way, just because knowing how to do something before you need to do it is better than trying to figure out while you're already damaged. I mean, you already got one thing damaged, and then here you're trying to open up a one-handed knife and you damage yourself some even more. So the whole thing is, you know, knowledge is power, like they say, that and power can be used for good or bad, and hopefully use it for good. But there you go. Let me show you that. I think I got this knife on eBay. I forced that patina on it. I really like the way it came out. It's just this little slim pattern, and man, are these blades sharp. They're pretty easy they don't last forever, you know, being sharp, but they last long enough for all the cutting I need to do. Anyways, there you go. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.